Want to know when my next video is out? Well, hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on. How's it going, everybody? Alphazulu here, bringing you your weekly competitive Pokemon breakdown. This week, we are breaking down Gyarados, the awesome, magnificent Gyarados, who has been just an amazing force to be reckoned with, probably ever since it first came out in Generation 1. 252 attack, 252 speed, 4 in HP, with the ability of Moxie, which if you go look at my Sun and Moon video of Gyarados, link in the description, Moxie gives Gyarados an attack power increase each time it scores a KO. Moves, we got Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Bounce, and Earthquake. Earthquake is specifically here for Toxapex, who will otherwise just flex at Gyarados if you do not have it. Now, if you go by the Smogon moves, Earthquake is not in there, but we're using them in OU here. Earthquake, kind of needed. Toxapex is running around. You want to get past that. There's the Jolly Nature right there. Dragon Dance, one thing I want to cover about Dragon Dance. I've noticed with Dynamax, Dragon Dance, not really needed. You can really get away with not using it. It is helpful. I'm not going to say it's not helpful, and it does help Gyarados out if you can't get it in that situation, especially if you have screens on this team, which I do. But let's get ready to rock and roll, and I will show you what I mean here shortly. For this team, I did a little bit of homework here. I went with Ferrothorn because it kind of counters everything going at Gyarados. It counters electric attacks, counters rock attacks. And then while Gyarados complements Ferrothorn because it counters everything going at Ferrothorn, it resists it. So I was kind of happy about that little exchange there. I went with lead Gengar. I love lead Gengar. It is one of my most favorite leads. 252 attack, or 252 special attack, 252 speed, 4 in HP, timid nature. Moveset is Destiny Bond, Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball. And Shadow Ball is just there for stab. Taunt prevents entry hazard leads from setting those entry hazards. Will-O-Wisp cripples physical attackers, and Destiny Bond is the ace in the hole here. It didn't really work out for this battle, and mostly because I didn't expect Durant to outspeed my Gengar, but it did, and that's fine. You will see in the other matches just how effective Lead Gar is, and I personally love it. I hope this video actually encourages you to use it, because I love it. Gengar is mostly used as like a substitute sub-Gar special attacker type thing, or just a nasty plot Life Orb special attacker, but either way, I'm feeling a little thorny, and I know that his Durant cannot touch Ferrothorn. Looked at his team. Best move that he could probably do is to bring in Volcarona. Lo and behold, he brought in Volcarona, and I went ahead and went with the Thunder Wave, seeing this coming. If he didn't switch, I would have just paralyzed the Durant, which that would have been cool. But I made a pretty good prediction there that I was extremely proud of. Hitting the Volcarona with paralysis. Now I can bring in Gyarados. I don't see Volcarona doing much to Gyarados, if anything at all. Common Volcarona build is like Quiver Dance, Fiery Dance, Bug Buzz, and maybe Giga Drain. Hurricane in some cases. I've come across a few that know it, but I don't see this Volcarona just, especially because it's paralyzed, it's not going to threaten Gyarados. I'm not even going to bother with the Dragon Dance. We're going to go ahead and Dynamax and go for the Max Airstream, and this is that scenario that I was telling you about. You don't have to go for the Dragon Dance. Max Airstream is for sure going to knock out the Volcarona if it was holding a Focus Sash, but nowadays in Sword and Shield, Volcarona is mostly holding Heavy Duty Boots because it's 4 times weak to Stealth Rocks. Max Airstream, as you can see, knocking that Volcarona out of the match. Moxie buff kicking in, increasing my attack buff, or my attack stat 1 stage, and I've essentially got a Dragon Dance off right here. So like I said, you don't need it. You can go put another move there to help with type coverage. I personally wouldn't do that, but that's just me. I'm going to stick with Dragon Dance. But, Power Whip, Crunch, Ice Fang. Gyarados has a plethora of moves that you can choose from. Max Airstream again, knocking that Durant out of the match. And that's going to give me a second Moxie boost. At this point, I pretty much just outpaced him. And, this is pretty much the Gyarados build, though, guys. Like, really, Gyarados does not, something I've noticed, it doesn't take a lot of work to set Gyarados up. If you do want to provide shields for Gyarados, more power to you. There's nothing wrong with that. The shield that I use on this team is a Alolan Ninetales. Toxapex coming in, and this is that scenario I was telling you about, because Toxapex will otherwise just flex at Gyarados all day. Max Quake, though, after 2 Moxie buffs, is going to knock the Toxapex right out of the match. So, not even worried about it. After 1 Dragon Dance even, pretty sure that Toxapex will not stand up to a Gyarados. Toxapex may be a wall of both special defense and regular, physical attacks, but it does not like Pokemon setting up on it it's very easy to break through a Toxapex if you can set up and, avoid the haze. But anyways, this is pretty much the scenario that I got with Gyarados. Earthquake did its job. Um, there's not much else to it, guys. Really, this is it. Not the only one I wasn't sure about on this team was Zapdos, but I wanted an electric. I didn't need an electric type or an electric attack. I just wanted one. Zapdos is who I went with because he also learns Defog, and it helps with Stealth Rock damage because Gyarados does not like Stealth Rock damage. Just throw heavy duty boots on Zapdos, and you got a Defogger who doesn't have to worry about entry hazards right there. So it worked out, and it has worked out. The Zapdos that I run is bulky. I don't really remember the EV spread, but if you want to go with like a more offensive Zapdos, go for it. I prefer offensive Zapdos, but I know the most popular build is like a bulky defensive or special defensive. He's going to go ahead and Dynamax the Lunala here, and I really did not expect Lunala to be so bulky. I underestimated its bulk. Luckily enough, though, I didn't pay for it. He's going to go for the Max Starfall. I don't know why he didn't go for the Max Phantasm. He should have just gone for the Stab, but went for the Max Starfall, and this is where Bounce comes into play here. Bounce is actually fairly usable. I like 2-turn attacks, except for Dig. I'm not a fan of Dig, but Bounce wasting a turn of his Dynamax, and then I'm just going to come in. I don't take it out, but I do deal a crap ton of damage right there. Almost taking it out. And he's just going to Max Starfall again. Not going to take Gyarados out of the match. It was the amount of damage that I don't got to worry about. But Lunala's bulky. So if you see Lunala, expect it to be bulky. Anyways, Waterfall is finally going to knock the Lunala right out of the match. And I'm just going to get another Moxie buff, and there you go. So this was just a really awesome... I have a lot of fun with Gyarados. It was a really awesome video to make. It was an awesome way to build around it. Gyarados his typing is just amazing. Even though he is 4 times weak to electricity, it's very easy to get around that, especially with proper team support. Like I said, shields do help. I have had some cases where I get shields up, and then I get a max quake off. I think like 1 or 2 max quakes, and I've lived through electric attacks. Hardly any HP, but I've lived through them. And I was able to continue the sweep because luckily enough, my opponent did not have priority like Extreme Speed or Grassy Glide or anything. So there's the win right there. And I'm going to go ahead and keep narrating through this battle because that last battle you didn't get to see Leadgar work effectively. In this battle, however, you are going to see just how awesome Leadgar is. And I really want to touch up on Leadgar because I feel like he can throw the opponent's tempo off, especially even if they start with a hazard setter, because as I said, Taunt is in his moveset. He's going to start off right with Mewtwo, and I do believe that Mewtwo will outspeed a Gengar if it is a beneficial nature in speed. However, this Mewtwo is not, so Shadow Ball, not going to take Mewtwo out of the match. It does live with like maybe 20 or 30 HP. Psystrike is going to activate my Focus Sash, which, that's crucial here. You do want to have a Focus Sash because you want a turn to abuse Destiny Bond. And like I said, Destiny Bond is the ace in the hole here. So I'm going to take out the Mewtwo with Shadow Ball, and then his next Pokemon, doesn't matter who it is, he's going to want to knock Gengar out, but I believe he brings out the Zamazenta. And you can kind of just work your way from here, whether you gotta, you want to do the burn, or you want to do the taunt, or you want to do the Destiny Bond. Most of the time, though, the opponent is probably just going to go for the knockout to get Gengar out of the way, because Gengar is a nuisance no matter what build you run. So he is going to go for the Behemoth Slash or Smash or whatever, the Shield Smash that Zamazenta does. I'm going to Destiny Bond. Oh, he's going to Crunch. Oh, well, there you go. So Crunch, taking Gengar out of the match. Destiny Bond doing work, taking it with me. He's 2 Pokemon down. I'm 1 Pokemon down. I'm still in the lead here. It works out. Lead Gengar is just awesome. I love it. It's an amazing freaking Pokemon. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy. Comment what your Gyarados build is. I want to know. I want to know how you run Gyarados. If you have just as much success with Gyarados as I've had. Because when I run Gyarados and build around it, it's really not hard for me to get wins. Gyarados is just one of those awesome Pokemon that you can easily abuse in this generation. And I know Dynamax is a big factor in that. But even without Dynamax, it was still an awesome Pokemon to begin with, and it was still not a Pokemon you want to see on the opposite end of the field. So leave a comment and let me know what you think of Gyarados. Let me know how you use Gyarados, because I'm curious. Please subscribe to my channel, comment, it helps. See you guys next time. I'm out.